Hi friends, this is Lee Manzer from Edmonton, Alberta. Welcome to my sacred space, Agápē Studios, and our journey to greatness. And that's what I want to talk about today. I want to share some of my art with you. As some of you have been following my experience into the art world and my piece behind me here, Seven Seals of Revelation. And I want to go into what that means to me and what this piece represents to me and the meaning behind it. So that, it's just not a piece of wood. When you look at it now, it to me represents something greater to that, and I want to share that with you because it's exciting to me, and that's what I think that we should be doing, is being more excited about life, because who wouldn't want to be excited every day, right? So I want to dive into that and how that's possible, and I only speak of my experience because I can only speak of my experience. So I'm just sharing what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling, what I'm experiencing in this particular time that we find ourselves in on Earth. And so you can see representing in the good vibes here at Agápē Studios, Voltron. We have some amethyst here to bring in some great energy. Voltron, of course, behind me, representing unity, togetherness, wholeness, and coming together to become the defender of the universe, which is us, by the way. And that's what, we got Leonardo up there, he's in the mix here, defending any dark energy that dares enter our sacred space. So, I like to bring out the inner child now, because it's far too long we've taken ourselves very serious, and I find in my art it brings me to such a degree of excitement and passion for life. That's what this piece means. This piece to me represents the human experience, the human body, the energetic centers, the chakra system. And I want to explain the pieces and what they mean to me so that you can understand my thought process behind my work. And that's what I want to share with you behind the scenes here at Agápē Studios. So I'm just going to jump right into it. Now I pulled, I like to pull a card for guidance as well, for the collective, because I found it was very relevant for what come up in the card as to also what this piece means as well. And it kind of goes hand in hand, and I just found it so cool. So I'm just going to incorporate that card that I pulled with the intention of what can I share with the collective of where we are collectively, because we're all interconnected, we're all connected, we're all a reflection of one another. So I also have a channel poem that I'd like to share with you called Sacred Symphony. But first, before I go into it, I just want to bring in some heart energy as we step into the heart in this experience of our human experience, what we're seeing now, stepping into the heart where there is no judgment. So I borrowed my wife Angela's chalice, which is a heart chalice, 432 hertz. So I'm just gonna go in and if everybody, just close your eyes for a minute and just breathe in and out of your nose and connect with your breath if you feel like connecting and washing away the anxieties of the day which no longer exist. So maybe just take a moment for yourself here and reflect on your day and think of some gratitude that you can stir up within your heart to help shift that energy of what gets stuck with us in the day. So I encourage you to do that now. Just breathe slowly in and slowly out of your nose, breathing full into your belly and sending love down into just below the belt line into the sacral area where we hold our traumas, which you'll see. And just keep this breath, following your breath. Let the thoughts go and just Listen. Breathing in and out, finding that gratitude for the day and what spirit reflected back to you in your experience for you to see within yourself. With gratitude, I share my experience and my art with you and the meaning behind it. Thank you, everybody, for being with me on this beautiful, beautiful day. And without further ado, I'm going to just tie right into what I just finished off the saw. And I'd like to say I am so happy, I'm so thrilled and beside myself that my next 7 Seals of Revelation, the 4th piece that I've made, is going to a beautiful soul that I've connected with in Montana. Beverly, if you're watching, thank you so much from my heart. And so this piece is hers, but I'm going to use it to explain what it means to me. So let's just hop right into her here. And I'm going to start, of course, at the root chakra, which is my 1 of 7 piece, Muladhara. It represents the element of earth. It's tuned at 396 hertz, and the mantra, the Sanskrit mantra for this is Lam. And so this has 24 circles around it, representing great cycles of time, and the Vesica Pisces within these also is representative of the portal in which we enter into this physical dimension, into the human experience, the root chakra. Pretty cool. And so the next piece, let me find a safe place to put this here, sorry. There we go. The next piece, of course, we come up, and with the movement of energy, these go through these energetic centers within your human body. As I said, this represents the human body. We are moving up in your sacral area just below the belt line. This one is called, this is 2 of 7. It's called Svadhisthana, representing water. And it's tuned at 417 hertz, and its mantra is Vam. And I put the Sanskrit letters in there in the petals as well. And I also have representing the crown of Hathor. And this is where we hold our traumas actually from this life and past lives. And you know, shoot, I forgot to talk about, and we'll come back to this, hold on that thought, because that's the card that I pulled for the collective, was the Fool, number 0 in the major arcana. And now if you take this image and place yourself in that picture as if that was you, and that represents your pure soul, the Fool that is coming into the human experience, and he doesn't need much, because he recognizes that he's a soul having a human experience. So at this moment, as a free soul, he's going in for the journey. The dog represents the subconscious that comes with him in the physical experience, some guides, and of course there's mountains in the back representing, you know, you're stepping into a realm of duality to experience, to forge your soul. You know, so and the light is shining on him and through him, and as he shines his light down into the physical dimension, down an octave of vibrational frequency, and into the human experience. And you know, like I said, he's not bringing much with him because he doesn't need anything, but he's bringing a little bit of baggage of things that you know, is unresolved, things that the soul didn't get to finish in the last experience, and then chose to come back and incarnate in another reflection of in another vessel, but the same soul expression in the expression of you. And this card actually came up upside down, which is interesting to me, because there's a lot of stuck energy within our energetic centers, and typically, that's why I'm glad I'm at this one, is in your sacral chakra within your energetic center. So it's very important to breathe down into their full belly breaths and explore that area, send love to that area, and we're going to explore releasing those traumas that we hold in this energetic center. It's very important. Let's send some love here right now. Be aware of it. Put your finger just below your belly button and bring your awareness to it, and that's what we're talking about right there on your body, in your body, is your sacral chakra. We hold our traumas, but on the higher aspect of this seal, this within yourself, this aspect of yourself, is also your creativity. Your creation is surrounded by your productive organs, actually, in that area. So this is about creation, that you are actually creating your experience by your beliefs. And we get stuck down here in like a victim mentality. But when we recognize that we're a soul, if you've been following along, having a human experience, there's you know, we chose it all, so it's like, oh my goodness, and I would rather explore love and passion in life instead of suffering, because we don't need to anymore, you know, because we can move that energy through when we recognize that we chose that experience as a soul having a human experience. You know, you are the reflection of your higher mind, and it's reflected through the chakra system, and your chakra system holds you in your corporeal form in this holographic experience. It's a technology within you, seals that open up aspects of yourself that you didn't know, and leading to your connection to this guy, the soul, having the human experience before he comes into the physical dimension. And so, I mean, how cool is this? I mean, it just all goes hand in hand. So when we start to dive into our passions and chase our excitements, this is where we start to send love to this area, because now we're doing something that excites us and propels us to that next exciting thing. And so by using this in that higher aspect and creating or acting on that which you prefer, which you love, then you're starting to heal those traumas, you know, and recognize that they were there for you and didn't happen to you because, you know, we chose it. And when you can understand that, then we're sending love, and we're able to move up the chakra system and into the solar plexus. And each of these seals represents a dimension of awareness, you know, and so that stuck in the trauma in your sacral, you know, we're kind of in a two-dimensional awareness, I guess, of separation from spirit. We feel the density. It's a hard life. We're suffering, which moves us into the third dimension of physicality, represented by the third dimension. And this is the solar plexus, 3 of 7, Manipura, 528 hertz, and its mantra is Ram. And this is what we're experiencing right now, reflecting through us, our body, and reflecting as you. And we, you know, collectively here, we are experiencing duality and still a separation and forgetfulness that that we're actually eternal beings having a human experience, and we forgot that. So we're stuck in the third dimension. We're angry. This gets dusty with angry. We're confused because we don't know why the things happen the way they happen, and now we have a chance to explore why things happen the way they happen. By examining these energetic centers. So this one is really cool. The solar plexus, you can see the yin yang around the suns, and each petal, to me, that represents the duality of the third dimension, this physical reality that we chose as a soul to experience, to forge our soul to have that experience. So here we're still holding a lot of judgment for what we're perceiving because we don't understand that we chose it. But when you do, you're able to send some love here. You know, we need some love, guys. Like, seriously, come on. I'm sick and tired of all the bullshit and fighting and stuff to distract us from the truth of who we are. And that's what this piece represents to me, so I'm sharing it with you. And my thought process behind making it. This represents the stars, represents our, and of course each eye within, you know, the darkness and the light, represents our quantum entanglement with our higher mind. And when we open to that idea that we're greater than what we thought of this physical dimension, there's more. You know, who knew? And how freaking cool is it? Like, I'm excited about it. So I mean, after talking about my seven seals and what it means to me, I hope that you get excited about your life too, and that you choose to do something you love tomorrow. And we're going to talk a little bit about more of that and how we raise our vibration to create a new experience that you never thought possible. So here we're in the third dimension, we're experiencing duality, but we never left spirit. When we recognize that, we see duality for what it is within the human body. The human body was meant to transmute that energy and that dark consciousness, but to alchemize it in the heart with gratitude, which when we're sending love to that, let's just go right into it. We're breaking past the veil of forgetfulness, remembering that we are all reflections of one another. So how we treat one another is it's a reflection of us. And I choose to reflect my light in love. And that's where my higher mind is shining through these colors of these chakras. And that's where your story is imprinted to reflect down on here, to have your experience. Mine is the Lee Manzer experience. Yours is whoever you are, and your personal individual perspective. But when we start to love the experience, and how do we do that? We raise our vibrations by acting upon that which excites us or that which we prefer, regardless of what you're doing. In the day-to-day life, you know, like I work too. I have shitty days, but this is how I deal with it. I act on my excitement when I can, to the best of my ability, without any expectations of the outcome. I'm just doing what I love, and it's reflecting back to me as what I see is a direct reflection, a mirror of my inner state of being. And when we're stuck in the duality, we're against one another because it's not because we hate one another, it's because we hate ourselves, because the things that trigger us right here, fire up, you know, this is fire. You see those suns there? That's where we fire up and react in a negative way. It's very important now when we send love to this to examine your thoughts. Where are they? What are they thinking? What vibrational frequency do they carry? Is it positive or is it negative? And how do you tie and anchor your emotional state of being to those thoughts? This is lowering your vibration, but when you can see it and say, oh, hey, I recognize you. You don't feel good. You don't belong to me anymore. Let's send you some love. Thanks for showing up, because I know you're a direct reflection of me, so that I may see something in myself that I can allow and accept the darkness within myself. Because let me tell you, people, we all have darkness within ourselves. It's a time to acknowledge that, because it's being reflected back to us in our collective consciousness, and that's why we're experiencing the things that we're experiencing. You know, who knew? It was us all along. We have to choose, and that's where we are at in this third dimension. We have a choice here, and that's why that card came upside down, is because I see you, I see past you, the physical form, and I see the light in your heart, where we're going to go after this. Because you are a divine soul, playing out your story as you know, your story that your soul wants to experience. And how great an honor it is to be that vessel that can we can start to perceive love within ourselves for the experience. We are eternal, you know, we need to come to that grips and that idea that there's no difference between you and I. We are the same source energy reflecting in a different perspective. And when we send love to this, we alchemize that duality with gratitude for the experience, because we now know that we don't have to suffer no more. Yay! You know, how cool is that? I mean, I don't want to suffer no more. You know, I've done a lot of that and I'm tired of it and it doesn't belong to me anymore. And I hope that you get inspired and recognize when it shows up for you to get excited, not to, you know, things that make you go, you know, like that's your red flag to, oh, hold on a second, let's get excited, because if I see this within myself and send it love, thanks for showing up. I choose not to reflect that way anymore, so I recognize it. I'm going to change my actions. I'm going to stop reacting to things the way I normally react to things and see it for what it is. And then we're going to move up into the heart. Less judgment. There is no judgment in this space, because we recognize that we are all beautiful souls having a human experience reflecting down here in this physical dimension. We are full of love. Now, we're tipping the scales here. We're stepping into fourth dimension, fourth density awareness, but we are bringing that awareness into the third dimension so that we can learn to love the third dimension, this experience that we're having now because we chose it, for that very reason, to be able to transmute that dark consciousness and alchemize it within us so that it might reflect back to us. And we each individually have to choose that for ourselves, to examine your emotional state of being, examine your heart, friends. And when you can do that without judging it, and send it love for showing up for you, now we know what we do not prefer. And we don't have to choose it anymore, which means suppression, suffering. That idea is over. We step into the heart together, friends. And we start to express ourselves in love because we're acting on our highest excitement to the best of our ability without any expectation of the outcome. And that is the key to manifesting that which you want. We're moving into the heart. So things are getting a lot lighter here because we're not judging everything down here that we've experienced. We see it for happening for us because we chose it. How freeing is that? We start to get lighter. That energy is not, you're not damned anymore here at the solar plexus where we're all angry, you know, because we don't know why the frick things happen the way they do, but it's us who chose it. It's built on our belief system. It's a reflection of our consciousness. And so now we step into non-judgment. Our consciousness is raised in vibration. We're able to embody our higher self because we're coming in closer vibration to our higher selves, our spirit guides, and they're able to then embody the vessel as you create and manifest things consciously based on your beliefs and your knowing that we came here to co-create in a way of love and not of fear. And that's what we have to choose now when we step out of judgment and recognize it, this holographic experience for what it is. It's us souls playing down here, you know, like with their VR headsets, which is you, the vessel, each sending information back of what you perceive your experience to be, sending that light information, vibrational frequency, back to source energy so that the eye of the divine might get to know itself through your individual angle, angel, perspective, light, as it shines through you. And you are that conduit in which the divine gets to know itself, as the eye cannot see itself without the aid of a mirror. We are that vessel that sees the mirror, the reflection of ourselves back to us in the experiences that we have soul connections to play out in your story, which shines from your higher self into the colors of the chakra, which, by the way, this might strike a chord with some people. I feel that the rainbow was, as it said in scripture, not that I'm a fan of the Bible, but there's value there. Let me tell you what, when you read it in a different way. And the rainbow was left for us, by us, as a remembrance of who we are. And when you think of a rainbow, there's 7 colors, the same colors that happen to resonate with your chakras. And also, you try to touch a rainbow, you see it, but you can't touch it because it's a holographic experience. And that's what a rainbow is, and that's what we're shining our light through our rainbow, that we infused our particular story that the soul wanted to experience into those colors of the chakra, into the layers, into the different aspects, for you to find the roadmap leading back to yourself, your spirit connection. That's where we're stepping into the heart. We're coming into that understanding or understanding of who you are. And so check this out. So Anahata, 4 of 7, representing air, the element of air, is tuned at 639 hertz, and its mantra is Yum. So let's continue on as we send the love, because we're undamned. We undamned ourselves, folks. How about that? We have exorcised the demons, you know? Here we go. And now we do that by excitement. How about that? And as in my experience, I'm building these pieces and reflecting on why I'm building them and what the meaning is behind them, and the love and the energy and the healing that I send into them for the person or soul that's receiving them, you know, that brings me great joy and excitement. And so I continue to do it. And my love is going straight up my Sushumna, my spinal cord, where we send sacred oil and electrical currents to our pineal gland, which we're going to get to after this piece. We're stepping into the 5th dimension now. We're sending that love higher. And I'll tell you what this piece represents to me. This one has the 16, in the 16 petals, has 16 letters or vowels of the Sanskrit alphabet. And this piece represents the 5th dimension of consciousness. 5 of 7, Vishuddha is a Sanskrit name, represents ether, the throat chakra, 741 hertz, and its mantra is Hum. And so each of these petals in each chakra also holds a different layer and aspect of yourself, and it's worth exploring when you go into meditation and you explore those aspects of yourself, and recognize it for what it is, you know. And here, when we start to understand and experience for ourselves that we are worthy, we are eternal, we are here to love and have fun, and we are learned to transcend judgment within the human vessel, within the heart, within the mind, so that we can experience unity consciousness again, actually, because we've done this before, by the way, friends. And I've been there for it, but that's a story for another day. This, we are able now to, this represents communication, truth. We are able now to share this information now as light workers / shadow workers, I would like to add. We're able to share this information now publicly without any repercussions that has happened to us in prior lifetimes that we've experienced, and are now remembering those experiences of what we sacrifice. But to keep this truth out there and available, and now it's available. It's in the Akash, in the quantum field, the sea of consciousness. You can connect to it when you connect to the next piece after this. Let's just keep going here. The 5th dimension, folks. We can speak our truth now, and when we all each heal within ourselves, we're sending love for ourselves, for our experience, which then starts to change the whole structure of your experience. When you see things for what they are and be able to speak your truth about it, so that this consciousness spreads in each and every one of us, finds that love for ourselves within each and every one of us, and that's what transcends the experience of physicality of this physical dimension of the density, the suffering. We're past that now. We're going higher. We're going deep tonight, folks. So, yeah. So send lots of love here. Don't be afraid to speak your truth. If you are awakening, share what you're experiencing, because everybody awakens in different ways. Everybody experiences these awakenings and comes into revelations, and that's why I call it Seven Seals of Revelation. Share your revelations. It's important because this is a natural thing. Our intuition is coming back online. And this also represents our 24th pair of chromosomes, which is getting us awakening and reactivating as a time capsule that we place there for ourselves to awaken to the fact that we're souls having a human experience. I find it so exciting, folks. So I hope you're still with me, and don't think I'm too batshit crazy, but that doesn't matter to me. So yeah, let's keep on going. We're sending lots of love here. We're speaking our truth. We're getting this good news out that we don't have to suffer anymore. How cool is that? I mean, I think so anyway. We are sending love up, and then we come into this piece right here. We are activating the third eye, and this piece I put in the Eye of Ra, the Eye of Horus, which is pretty cool touch, I think. But this to me represents we start to see from a different perspective. Then we start to see beyond the physical. Then we start to see each other's heart, the light that we shine, rather than the vessel that we're in, whatever. But when we're in the throat too, mindful of what you say as well, because that's a good indication of some red flags for you if your words carry any negative thought, especially towards yourself. Okay, we're here to heal. We're here to raise one another up. We're moving some love now and releasing all that stuff that doesn't serve us anymore, right? So this one is 6 of 7, Ajna, representing light, and I tune this one to 144 hertz. 144 hertz, and its mantra is Om. And the reason why I do 144 hertz is I don't know. It's a number that I've always been curious about. In the Book of Revelations, if anybody's read the Bible, it talks about the 144,000. It's always been a very confusing thing to me. So anybody that's following me along that's in an organization or following anything that divides you in your heart and separates you from one another, it's time to really examine that. And does that energy resonate in love, or does it not? Because in love there is no separation, because we're past that now, and we're starting to see it from that perspective. We see each other as reflections of one another, that we're here not to take things so freaking seriously. Let's put on our light body now. And from chakras 1 through 6 is 144 petals, and I tune this one to 144 hertz. And so we want to start seeing, we want to be the change, to see the change. We got to change within ourselves. You cannot run up to a mirror and see a frown on the smile, on the reflection, and force it to smile. You must first reflect that. You must find that within yourself and smile within. And the mirror has no choice but to reflect that smile back to you. And that's what we have to do and think of as in our outer experience, and see the outer experience as a mirror in direct connection to spirit, which reflects back to you what you need to see within yourself. That's where we step into the third eye. We see everybody and everything as ourselves, as everything is made of consciousness, the sea of consciousness. Now the Fool. We're not upside down anymore. We're tipping the scales, and we're remembering this guy again. Us. Oh, and by the way, that third eye represents the pineal gland in the body. and the pituitary gland also, they work together, divine masculine and feminine, but that is your receiver, and it does look like a pine cone. And so when you think of a pine cone, when it's closed up in the spring, that's what has happened to us. Our pineal glands have become calcified with certain things in this environment that have been maybe imposed upon us, but it's up to us to choose to be aware of that. And as you decalcify, when you start to come into love and balance, the energies within you, you're not stuck in emotional attachments anymore because you see them for a learning lesson for your soul now. Your pineal gland, you allow certain oils and balance that comes with the Kundalini energy, that is like two snakes that meet at your third eye, secreting those two sacred oils, divine masculine and feminine, within yourself, and lubricating and electrifying with spinal fluid cord, or spinal fluid, your pineal gland, and then it opens up like a receiver. All of these are little, you got little receivers on there that is meant to receive from your higher self, but we busy it with it's calcified into this experience, thinking that this is a real physical experience. And too much chatter keeps it that your pineal closed from receiving from your higher self. So when we start to come into that balance, we open and receive direct communication from our higher selves. As we allow our vibration to rise, we embody our higher mind and bring that love into the physical dimension by changing our perception of what we're seeing and what we're experiencing. And so as we open up to love, we are then moving up to the crown chakra, folks. Here we are. Unity consciousness. This is 7 of 7, Sahasrara. It represents thought, the crown chakra. It's 963 hertz, and this is a silent Om. And this is the 1,000-petal lotus that I was talking about. So if you take those petals 1 through 6, 144 times amplified by 1,000, you have 144,000 hertz frequency, friends, in the sea of consciousness, which is unity consciousness, that we are all reflections of one another. We don't have to suffer and fight anymore. We can actually co-create consciously in this beautiful experience on Earth, as she supports our corporeal form here in this beautiful reflection that we created for us, by us, to have these experiences, to be able to transmute the consciousness of darkness and alchemize it in our body and embody it and accept it within ourselves. And we come into this, our crown chakra, our connection to spirit, recognizing that we never left spirit. We are spirit. As the first rule of Hermetics states, the universe is mind. And that's something to ponder on, folks, and something I've been thinking about a lot. And so that is what this this piece means to me, the meaning behind it. I hope anybody that's sticking around for my explanation and sharing my passion, I hope that it inspires you to start to raise your vibration in chasing your excitement. And when you see something, maybe even that you didn't think would be a part of your life that excited you, that's your direct connection to soul sending you excitement. It's the action that you put upon it that will raise your vibration to take you to the next step without any expectations of the outcome. Folks, I said this before, I might be a broken record, but I want you to remember how we manifest as souls and how we can do it consciously instead of unconsciously in the vibration of fear. That's what we need to step out of. That's what this piece represents to me. And I got one more piece coming up here that I have drawn out. I call it U inverse. It's going to be a cool little piece. Got some cool ideas for that. And what else did I want to share with you, friends, before I let you go on this? I want to share this channeling that I had come in called Sacred Symphony. And just I want you to let me know, of course, first and foremost, where you're from. Thank you all for being here. And if this resonates with you, what do you have to say about it? let me know. I want to talk about it. I want to hear your experiences because I see it as a direct reflection of me, and I'm excited about that. So the more I get to know you by your comments, the more I get to know me. So hit that like button and subscribe and share this, and let's come together and change the world just by changing how you feel. There's no one coming outside of us to save us. Any entity that says so, that's a division in the heart and the mind. It's within ourselves, and that's what we have been told many times over, and this is how we look within ourselves, and this is why I'm sharing this, my piece, with you. So, Sacred Symphony. I am a song, within you I sing. I am the conductor, and you are the strings. I am the note that lights up the way, and can move any mountains by the notes that I play. I am one note, who then became seven, to whom I gave keys to the kingdom of the heavens. I gave to them songs uniquely their own. When each hold their keys, they sound just as one. I am the steps that transcends from the lowest vibrations to the highest of pitches, my sharpest creations. I am conducting my strings in harmonious tone, a melody divinely as one they belong. Your heart keeps the beat divinely in time. When search deep within it, my song you will find. In the depths of your heart, though, you will find there another, who sings of your nightmares by the shadows he's covered. Beware his smooth tongue singing words of false light, promising the world while he's planning the fight. He will make you forget the song that we sung. He will make you believe that to him you belong. He will change divine timing in the beat of your heart. You can no longer trust it because it's falling apart. He will take you to the darkness within. He will make you believe that you're covered in sin. He will hum a tune that's contagious and toxic. It's not beating in time, its vibrations chaotic. He deafens your ears from notes fourth to the seventh, but then you remember are the keys to the heaven. In the thick of the darkness, my notes were distorted, but by the tune of my light, his plans are now thwarted. The keys to the heaven, though, is not to adore, but to open your eye you haven't looked through before. I haven't forgot you when you forgot me, because my song is of love that I will teach you to sing. To tune to my song, though, only love you can hear, because my song is of love, or you must let go of judgment and let go of fear. Judge not one another, for that song is done. Instead, sing together a new song of love. When the keys come together, the door opens to some who can hear all the notes from the song of the one. And that's what these are. The keys of Enoch, the notes, the melody of unity consciousness, and that's what we came here to hear. And anybody who hears that call, I ask you to share your experiences so that we can change the consciousness through our own personal experiences. It is us who are the savior. And so if you are looking to get in touch deeply with your experience, with your human, with your higher self, with your spirit guides, and are looking for a way to how to explore this, what this means for you, what can you do, I want to take you from impossible to I'm possible, and that's where I want to take you. So if you're interested in any tarot card readings to connect directly to your higher self, I am so happy to facilitate that channel for you. If you want to check out me to book an appointment, also I offer other services there which you can check out with deeper dimensional guidance to your higher self, to your personal experience, to channel from your guides, from your higher self, that information that you need to propel you into the direction to your higher timeline, so that we can find out for you, and particularly how you can start to experience that which you love, as opposed and learn how to release that anything that doesn't serve you anymore. How do we do that? Let's go there. I want to talk. I want to go there, folks. So if you're interested in changing the world with me and exploring those things within yourself, so that you have the ability to do that consciously, um, check us out. My wife and I, we both offer services for many healing modalities for people. She's a holistic nutritionist, certified, and certified sound healer, Reiki master, yoga teacher. Many modalities that we have for healing. Check us out at www.agapeholisticyogawellness.ca. Check out the Tranquil Turtle as well. I'll leave all the links in the description for this if you wish to explore your human experience deeper with me. Let's go, friends. I want to change the world. I want to experience joy. I want to experience love. I want to experience excitement, because you are worthy. And I'm here to remind you of that, friends. And if you don't believe me, and I know there's going to be a lot of people say, oh, wait a minute, I don't believe you. That's not how I feel. Well, then that's a you problem. Let's go there. Let's resolve those issues. Why don't you feel worthy of something? Why are you suffering? Why are you choosing this? And that's where I want to go, friends. Let's get this show on the road, because I'm excited to experience a new world, and I know that we can do it together. So look me up. I'll leave all my social media down there with Agápē Studios. If you're interested in my art and the meaning that I put behind it, I will explain the pieces and what they mean to me, because it adds depth to who's buying them, whose home it's going to, and the energy that's coming with my pieces. Because I asked Spirit, how am I going to get this love and healing into the hands of people? And the only answer I could find was just do what you love. And that's all I'm doing. I have no expectations of any of this. I've only been doing this for a year and a half. This is all new to me. I retired from a 27-year construction career and didn't know, I wanted to leave it all behind. I didn't want it anymore. So I chose something different, something that excited me. And holy crap, year and a half later, I have pieces east to west coast, USA and Canada, and working on overseas. So it's just like, how did this happen? Oh yeah, it was because I chose to believe in myself that I could create what I preferred just by doing what I love. And I don't know about you, but I'm excited about my art, and what comes with it. So these are things that we offer. Please check us out. And I think that's everything that I have to share tonight, so that I don't keep you too long. Stay tuned for my next video, whenever that is, when I have time, when I have the energy. Boy, oh boy, is the energy been up and down lately with all these crazy solar flares. Look to the skies, friends. Look to the planets. They are telling us a story. And another aspect of yourself into our next acceleration of experience here on Earth that we are going to see. Do not react to anything that you see that is happening that we're perceiving negatively. It is a narrative. It's not for you. It's a distraction so that we don't remember who we are, so that we stay densified into this experience and not raise our vibration above fear frequency. And that's what I'm here to try to raise within myself and raise within others, to encourage you to find that excitement, because that's how we do this. We create the world by how we feel. So it's time to heal, friends. Look me up. Have an awesome night. Remember that you will start to experience great things when you realize you're already part of something great, and you chose it, you wrote it, you reflect it, you incorporated it into your energetic expression. Sit on that for a while. Let me know what you think. Namaste, friends. Have an awesome weekend.